Hear me?
It's mine.
Yep, got it.
I believe I won't give them the time to go there.
Yep. Okay. John chapter 19. So Jesus has been betrayed and arrested. We experienced that in the garden. He goes to the high priest's house.
Hey Jeff, we're still waiting for
There's still quite a few.
Oh.
I don't know if there's-
We're going to have to get, there's a group behind us, so, and I want to make sure you guys can get over there. Because of the group that's behind us, I think we need to keep moving here, so apologies to those who may not be down here yet.
They're just right there.
Okay. John 19, verse 1. Then Pilate had Jesus flogged with a lead-tipped whip. The soldiers wove a crown of thorns and put it on his head, and they put a purple robe on him. "Hail, King of the Jews," they mocked, as they slapped him across the face. Pilate went outside again and said to the people, "I'm going to bring him out to you now, but understand clearly I find him not guilty." Then Jesus came out, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe, and Pilate said, "Look, here is the man." When they saw him, the leading priests and temple guards began shouting, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" "Take him yourselves and crucify him," Pilate said. "I find him not guilty." The Jewish leaders replied, "By our law he ought to die because he called himself the Son of God." When Pilate heard this, he was more frightened than ever. He took Jesus back into the headquarters and asked him, "Where are you from?" But Jesus gave no answer. "Why don't you talk to me?" Pilate demanded. "Don't you realize that I have the power to release you or crucify you?" Then Jesus said, "You would have no power over me unless it were given to you from above. So the one who handed me over to you has the greater sin." Then Pilate tried to release him, but the Jewish leaders shouted, "If you release this man, you are no friend of Caesar. Anyone who declares himself a king is a rebel against Caesar." When they said this, Pilate brought Jesus out to them again. Then Pilate sat down on the judgment seat on the platform that is called the stone pavement, in Hebrew, Gabbatha. It was now about noon on the day of preparation for the Passover, and Pilate said to the people, "Look, here is your king." "Away with him," they yelled. "Away with him! Crucify him!" "Crucify your king?" Pilate asked. "We have no king but Caesar," the leading priest shouted back. Then Pilate turned Jesus over to them to be crucified. Now again, as Boaz said, we don't know if any of these events happened here. What we do know is this out here is first century roadway that very likely Jesus would have carried his cross upon. Again, we don't know, but likely. If you remember, above us was the Via Dolorosa, the traditional site of carrying the cross. Well, this is the original layer down here. So I want you to go over there and just take a moment to reflect and imagine seeing your Lord carry his cross. You can go out there on the stone as well.